Hi friends, welcome back to Quick Poetry Knowledge. This is Mehjabin. Today I am going to explain William Shakespeare's Sonnet 28 line by line. So let's get started. The very opening of the sonnet shows that the poet is very sad and depressed. He seems to be quite dejected, and that is why he says that how can I then return in happy plight? That means, how is it possible for me to be in a happy frame of mind? That am debarred the benefit of rest. So the poet means to say that he is not happy because he has been deprived from rest. He cannot take any rest, and that is why he is dejected, he is unhappy. When day's oppression is not eased by night. Now here the poet means to say that his daytime is difficult because he is constantly thinking of his beloved, the fair youth from whom he has been separated, and as a result his daytime is hard, it is oppressing, and that difficulty does not come to an end at night. At night time also, he thinks of all the hardships that he has had to encounter in the daytime, and as a result, his night is also difficult. But day by night and night by day oppressed. Now here the poet goes on to say that day and night, they are constantly in conflict with each other. Each tries to encroach upon the authority of the other. Each tries to overtake the other. So the poet says that but day by night and night by day oppressed. Night is oppressed by day and day is oppressed by night. That means days and nights are constantly fighting with each other. This is what the poet is trying to imply. And each though enemies to either's reign. And now the poet goes on to say that the daytime and the nighttime, they are both in constant conflict with each other and they are rivals of each other. The day is an enemy of the night, and similarly the night also considers the day as its enemy, and they are constantly in conflict, they are constantly in fight with each other so as to control more and more territory, more and more authority. Do in consent shake hands to torture me. Now here the poet says that although the day and the night, they are constantly fighting with each other, they are constantly in conflict with each other, however, as far as the matter of tormenting the poet is concerned, as far as the matter of torturing the poet is concerned, the day and the night, they are in some kind of agreement. They seem to have made a pact with each other and they unite to give pain to the poet. In other words, the poet means to say that neither in the daytime nor at night is he happy. He is constantly facing his struggles, he is in deep anguish, he is in great pain, and he is not happy both with day and night. The one by toil, the other to complain. So here the poet says that the daytime, it tortures the poet by making him work very hard, and the night time also tortures the poet by making him think about the hard work that he had done in the daytime. And as a result, when he thinks of the hard work that he had done in the daytime, at night the poet starts complaining and he feels unhappy. And this is what the poet means to say that the daytime is making him feel unhappy because of the hard work that the day has thrown on him, on his path, and at night time he thinks about that labor and he starts complaining and he feels sad, he feels unhappy. How far I toil, still further off from thee. So at night time the poet he remembers that he has worked very hard in the daytime, and although he has worked so hard, his situation is still remains very grim, and he does not get any closer to his friend, the fair youth with whom he is in love. So through this line, he is addressing the fair youth, and he is saying that although I work so hard, although my nights are not easy, although my daytime is also not easy, but still I do not get any hope of coming nearer to you. I am still very far away from you. I tell the day to please him, thou art bright. Now, in order to make the daytime happy, the poet strikes up a conversation with the daytime and says that his beloved, the fair youth, is a handsome young man. He is very bright, and that he can shine very much. And dost him grace when clouds do blot the heaven. Now here the poet means to say that in the daytime, when it is particularly cloudy, when everything outside is gloomy, at that time the fair youth, he dazzles the entire surroundings because he is so bright, and that makes the daytime beautiful, that makes the day beautiful. This is what the poet is telling the day. So flatter I the swart complexion knight. Swart complexion means dark complexioned. So flatter I. Now the poet says that just as he tries to flatter the daytime, he similarly tries to flatter the nighttime also, and he talks to the nighttime about the fair youth. He tells the nighttime also about the fair youth. When sparkling stars twire not, thou gildest the even. Now the poet is talking to the fair youth, and he says that he also addresses the night, and he tries to flatter the night, and he says that the fair youth is so handsome that he dazzles the night time, especially when the stars are not visible. At that time, the evening becomes beautiful because the fair youth is around. But day doth daily draw my sorrows longer. Now here the poet says that in the daytime, however, he does feel very unhappy. He feels very sorrowful. And he feels that in the daytime, his sorrow does not seem to come to an end. It continues for a very long period of time. And that is why he is never happy in the daytime. And night doth nightly make grief's length seem stronger. And now the poet says that even at night time, he does not feel happy. At night time, every night, his grief, the length of his grief, the length of his depression, the length of his sorrow seems to grow even longer. His sorrow seems to become stronger, and he seems to feel as though there is no respite for him. There is no end to his suffering. There is no end to his sorrow. Even in the daytime, he is unhappy, and also at night, he is unhappy. Both at daytime and at night time, he is never at peace. He is never satisfied. Well, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next time we meet, bye.